Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another 1v1 brought to you by Youth for the Pwnanza team. And we are here with one of the replays from the Liquid HayprO replay pack, recently released at teamliquid.net. And of course, let's introduce HayprO first. He's going to be our blue Zerg here on the top left of Ohana, Ladder Edition. This is in the Korean server, of course. And of course, this is going to be the Liquid HayprO, and his opponent, the red Protoss, going to be Slurpee, who I don't know who it is. Probably some sort of smurf of a higher ranked player. As HayprO is playing against the best of the best, basically, in Korea right now in ladder. So I don't know who this is, but he seems pretty friendly with HayprO, so I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. It's going to be a Protoss versus Zerg. It should be an interesting matchup here. As we see the first Overlord already heading towards the natural. The cannon will take a while to be set up, so this Overlord will freely pass through and be able to scout no problem. And meanwhile, the scouting probe is also going to be checking out HayprO's base. HayprO probably going to be going for a 15 pool, 16 hatch, if not blocked. But this map is actually pretty good for Protoss, because it's really difficult as Zerg to take your third base, given the fact that you do have this huge pathway to your third, and you have to destroy the destructible rocks over here if you do want to have easy access, and those destructible rocks are not easily killed by Lings, so until you have roaches or you spend a lot of time with Lings working on those rocks, taking your third is a bit risky to any early gateway pressure or anything like that. So we'll see if that does come into account this game, as we see Nexus is going to be coming down for Slurpee right now. Before the Forge, he's seen that the spawning pool is quite delayed. It's a 15 pool or so, and if he doesn't have the photon cannon up by the time the Lings do come out, he can just put a pylon over here and force the Lings to stay there to kill it, and thus buying himself some more time. HayprO going to be dropping down the third base right now, which, as I said, is a bit risky, but he is confident in his ability to defend that. And we'll see if he is right with that, or if he will be unable to do so. Slurpee's going to be approaching the hatchery. It is spotted by the hatchery. And he probably will not drop a pylon over there. He just wants to hide around. But HayprO's Lings are directed towards that location. And no doubt we'll find out that probe is hiding over there. And that Ling's going to be scouting around. Hatchery should be going down here momentarily, as he sees that it is actually a Forge FE, so he's free to take 3 bases. Next is about to complete. First gas geysers coming to Slurpee, which is interesting. I usually do see 2 gas geysers coming up at the same time, so this might be some sort of zealot pressure with one Stalker or something like that. I'm interested to see what he will do with just 1 gas. There's not that much he can do. Drone being stopped by the Queen from putting the hatch at a reasonable timing there. But it does end up going down. And let's see when he decides to drop those destructible rocks here. As drones and the Queen are being transferred towards the third base, the Ling is probably going to die. No, the HayprO does his answer through with that promptly. And Overlord spots the Cyber Core. Has he seen the gas? No, he hasn't seen either of the gases. This gas is much more delayed than this one, and that is the interesting part here. No zealot is being made whatsoever. But HayprO doesn't really plan on doing any rampant aggression anytime soon, as he's only droning right now. I'm preparing for that mid-game where we could see some mass gateway style from Slurpee, or what is coming is a Stargate, and that might just get spotted by HayprO. He's seeing the third gas, which is pretty early, and usually when you do take 3 gas geysers, it means Stargate, and he does see the 4th one right now, and this usually means an Immortal All-In or something of the sort. This time it is going to be a Stargate, and HayprO might just be able to read that, or he might just go in with that Overlord at pretty soon here, as he does have another one over here ready to scout. So we'll probably send both at the same time. We'll spot that Stargate and we'll prepare accordingly. A couple of gas geysers coming for HayprO, only 2 of them, and they're pretty late. I would definitely drop 3 right now. Maybe even 4. We'll see what happens here, as he does have the 3 Queens right now, 1 for each hatchery. And this is pre-patch, so the Queens don't have the extra ground range yet. So it's understandable he's not making more Queens. And I think this target is going to be completely unscouted here. as it is directed towards this location, straight towards this overlord actually. And there's nothing keeping control of this Alex Tower, but the Phoenix might just get spotted by the Lings though. Wow, yes, it does get spotted, and has HayprO seen it? Probably yes. He's dropped the Roach Warren promptly, but it is the correct timing for an Evo Chamber and a Roach Warren anyway, so maybe it doesn't have to do with having seen that Phoenix. Maybe he hasn't even seen it. And meanwhile, that Overlord is heading towards the main base. Another pylon going to be put down there, but this Overlord should be going in as well to see if there's anything in there. But it's likely this Overlord will just be able to do that just fine. And Gateway should be planted down over here momentarily as well. Meanwhile, that Phoenix was probably used for scanning purposes. Yep, there it is. Just so it had to see, didn't see the lair morphing, and the Roach Warren and Evo Chamber are finished. Now one Spore Crawler coming there, nothing more around. There's another one, and this one doesn't really have a Spore Crawler, being able to be defended by 2 Queens, which is this one and that one. And meanwhile, 3 more gates coming down, so it's going to be some sort of expand of the target down the 4 gateways. I'm not sure how safe this is against Roach Ling aggression. I mean, I think it could be pretty easy to just prevent the 3rd base from going down with Roaches and Lings. If there's the macro hatch going down, the lair's about to complete, and we should see Roach speed pretty quickly and pretty shortly thereafter after the lair finishes. And with Roach speed, a couple of overloads there, which could be easily killed. With Roach speed and Ling speed, this could get bad for Slurpee. HayprO is in 4 gas right now, and he should be able to make a lot of Roaches and Lings momentarily if he wasn't supply block, which is 5 overlords in production. What the hell? These overlords might just die. I mean, it's highly likely they will just die to this void ray. No, it decides to retreat. Sentry's working on these triple rocks. They're worse than Lings at killing them. And we do have a couple more gateways and a robo. So 1 more gate, sorry, and a robo. Going up to 6 gateways, robo and Twilight Council. And nothing else has been produced by the Stargate. This is just to stop HayprO from actually going for that 12-minute max out per se that Stefano kind of initialized, because of the void rays can just kill Roaches so quickly. So Slurpee's just using that Stargate to buy himself some time to get the blink up and to get the immortals up and to get the gateways up. And probably will take an expansion as he starts adding immortals. So probably when this one is out, he'll probably start moving out and take this Nexus, as HayprO's taking his 4th base right now, and is sitting on a nice number of Roaches now, getting Hydra range as well as +1 melee attacks. This is interesting by HayprO. He's gonna go Roach Hydra Ling here with Ling upgrades. That could actually be pretty good against the composition that's coming from Slurpee with those Immortals. Immortals not going to be too good, and Lings do get the probe. Will Scout see the Immortal? Maybe, I'm not sure if they did, but maybe the Immortal did fire a shot, and HayprO caught sight of that. I am not sure, but he's adding Hydras right now, and Hydras nevertheless are going to be pretty good against that composition. And he's still only on 4 gas, not getting these 2, and not getting a Queen there to inject Larva. That's interesting. Now that one does seem to be going towards that location, and +2 Carapace coming now. Interesting. HayprO going with melee upgrades only, not going for the Roach or Hydra upgrades. And meanwhile, the SimCity is now coming from Slurpee. He's got a few minerals. Going to be putting down a couple of gateways and a couple of cannons there just to be able to defend a bit easier. And he's got 2 Immortals, 3rd one on the way, and Blink is about to complete as well. He's got a Robotics Bay who should be making some Colossi momentarily here. Now that this is set up, I think he's pretty safe right now. HayprO not really being aggressive at all, even though he's got a massive army. Not using it for anything. Oh, the Void Ray is actually in a bad spot there, ready to be picked off, but it's quite fast. Faster than Hydra's off creep, without a doubt. That is not really a piece of news. Hydra's off creep are too fast. And 4 gateways about to complete. All these Lings are just gonna crash into force fields most likely. We'll see how that goes, as here come the Lings. Force fields now coming, blocking the units off. HayprO doesn't know what to do, whether to go in or go out. And nice force fields there, trapping a lot more units, but HayprO does retreat. E-hand timings there, gonna be getting a couple of these gateways. Actually not gonna get that last one, stays with 7 hit points up. And these Lings do want to go up into the main. There is a complete blockage here, and the Colossus is now out. HayprO wants to get a full surround. These links should be going in right now. And no, he gets through that and wants to wait until he's in a good spot. Harassing those probes from behind, killing that assimilator. And the links do get by. HayprO, amazing game sense there, knows that his army will go to defend the third, and these links do get by. Force field is going to prevent any further access of the army, and so many probes are going to be dying here. This whole army is going to die, but HayprO is in 4 bases, and the links are ravaging the natural and the main as well. VSAT is being warped in, but they don't have as many upgrades. They are actually even with the links with only 1-2-1 and the links 1-2, so it's going to be pretty even. They will get this, but the Colossus range will finish, but there's no mining going on at the third base. And actually, the robotics bay does stay alive. 20 more roaches and 12 links on the way right now. And he's got plenty more over there. And as the Spire does come, it is here. And Corruptors should be coming out. And they will be able to deal with the Colossi. And with the link upgrades he's getting, and without Colossi, HayprO is going to be in a great spot here. But Slurpee does want to move out. He's got a pretty nice army with a couple of Colossi. And not that many Zealots, but he's got a few force fields left over here, and oh, nice run by into the natural and into the third base. Gonna be killing a lot of probes here. That Colossus could do a lot of damage, but a lot of probes are gonna be dying here. Workers skilled up to 34, 37. Maybe we see 40. Yes, we probably will. Yes, 40 workers skilled by HayprO. Unit kind of station really showing only 32. Probes to 74 drones right now. Will we see Burrow? No, he doesn't have Burrow. Linking into the links and will take them out, but it's 3 Colossi out right now for Slurpee. Production tab showing only 1 Corruptor. We should see a few more as he will need. Yeah, there we go. 5 Corruptors is looking more like it, but he is maxed. His opponent 130 supply. And I'm not sure how this is going to look for HayprO right now, as the army does seem to go towards the 4th base. No. And another link run by going to be coming. Probably more Corruptors will be made with the freed up supply. And these roaches do have a nice concave position over here. But they do not want to engage until they can get that full surround that we're talking about. And here they come. No, not deciding to go for the surround. No force fields at all. And microing the natural as well. Very nice. But HayprO might just be in a too bad spot right now. The Colossi doing enormous amounts of damage with the 2-1 upgrades. Phoenix do go down, but there's no more army for HayprO, even though no more drones are left for Slurpee. Unicorn Station showing only 21 of them. And HayprO basically has nothing to deal with the entirety of this army here. More and more links are coming. Will we see a surround? It seems like yes, we will, but Colossi doing too much damage here. Oh, but the links are getting a surround, and the Colossi killing them pretty quickly, but not able to complete the job here. 16 more links on the way. These links are still doing a lot of damage, and HayprO is macroing them very nicely there. Going to be taking care of all of that, but the Colossi just seem an insurmountable obstacle here for HayprO. He's not really going to be able to take care of them. He doesn't have... Okay, now he's making a 16 mutas, and might just be the saving grace. 16 mutas against 10 Stalkers will always win, and there's basically nothing left for Slurpee. So once that army dies to these mutas, which I think is highly likely, I'm not sure what's going to happen here. HayprO is on 4 base. He should be taking a 5th pretty quickly as well. 16 links being made right now, as well as the mutas. And the mutas will come out right now, and he has to defend them. He has to attack with the links and the mutas simultaneously. 1 muta might go down very quickly there, and no, it does not. And there are a lot of mutas right here. 4 more in production, and +1 flower attack is about to complete, and it does finish for the mutas. That's going to be huge in this incoming engagement. Colossi are going to be focus fired by HayprO. Not the best choice going out for the Stalkers. I like that decision by HayprO. He might just be able to take care of these Stalkers and then win the game from there, but only 9 mutas left. Oh, but the Stalkers are dying pretty quickly here. Oh, Slurpee's in a dire situation. Only 4 Stalkers left, blinking very nicely away from the Mutalisk. Glaive Worm rebounds, but I think there's too many mutas here, and the Link's also doing too much damage. 1 Stalker remains, Links surround, and now only ground-only units do remain for Slurpee. He doesn't have an economy to support any more unit production here, even though he has a Pylon there, not able to make any useful units off of there. Only a couple of Stalkers. Nice score on the Queen, and these Links and mutas will take care of these Stalkers, and I think Slurpee will indeed notice his lack of income, but HayprO is actually not on a good spot at all either. He has a mere 31 drones to 25 probes, but he's got the mutas. There's only 4 Stalkers left for Slurpee. The mutas might just go in and kill Slurpee. I mean, these Lings and Mutas might just be enough. 2-2 upgrades against 3-1, and the Mutas doing so much damage. Cannons blocking the way of the Lings. Mutas focusing the Stalkers one by one. 2 Stalkers remain. Cannons are going down. And yeah, I think HayprO has done it, ladies and gentlemen, as a couple more Stalkers are being whooped in. Nowhere near enough. GG is called by Slurpee, and HayprO does win that game in a pretty convincing fashion. Although it was a bit close at the last push, HayprO knew what he had to do perfectly and eventually was able to overpower his opponent with the Mutas. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you'll follow the channel. And you can also follow me at twitter.com/youthsc2. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one.